there's still more people are unaware of it, and there's so much more. Foreign students have Trump era went down, but it's going to come back up, especially with more and more European athletes coming to the United States, foreign athletes from all other places coming. It's just there's definitely need for this, especially to prevent people from hurting themselves, because they're going to listen to their agent, who may be a lawyer too, and they say, no, go do it, make the money and everything, and then we have to pour rain on it and say, no, this is have long consequences for you if you do it.
Well, let me share a statistic with you that I just found myself by analyzing the results of the NCAA championship in track and field. In the men's running event, there was not a single men's running event that did not have a foreign national on the podium. Oh. Not one. On the podium, John.
Oh, wow.
So we're talking about, like, that's how stacked they are. So there are plenty more that also competed, but were not on the podium.
Yeah.
Every single men's running event.
Amazing. So it's a big thing, and especially because it's going to help the students pay for school. I mean, a lot of them have scholarships anyways, but there's a lot of costs of being a foreign student. This new NIL stuff is really helpful for them just to support them.
For sure. And I think what most people don't realize is that, not all scholarship programs are equal. So the way the scholarships are distributed at different schools is it depends on the sport. It depends if it's a men's or women's sport, right? And so you have, like, for example, track and field is just going to have a very different budget than football and basketball, right? And so oftentimes what you would see is, even with really, really good runners, they're having to split scholarships, right? Like, they're going to go put two guys on 50% scholarships rather than bringing in one person on a full, and just because of budgeting restraints, right? So NIL provides those two guys getting 50% the opportunity to supplement their income. But moreover, I think that the really remarkable thing about NIL is this. NIL is the great equalizer, particularly with the non-league sports. Because a little known fact about non-league sports is that they don't make any money. Okay, so people think that if you're really good as, an Olympic sprinter, you're killing it.
Yeah.
You are if you're Usain Bolt, but Usain Bolt was exceptional even from a compensation standpoint.
Yeah.
So the way that compensation works in the track and field world is pre-NIL, they would, go pro, and only a handful of them, you have to really be probably top 10% in the world in your event to even have a chance. And I know people who are top 5 ranked in the world, like not percent, like top 5 person in the world, and don't have a professional contract.
Yeah.
But you get a shoe contract. So what's a shoe contract? Well, a shoe contract is sponsorship by one of the main shoe companies. So Nike, Adidas, one of those, Puma. And people will be surprised to learn. I mean, I represent world-class sprinters. Very few of them are making 6 figures. Very, very few. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, what also happens with these contracts is you have a good year, you might have a 3-year contract. And let's say you have one good season, and then the next season, like, you're injured and your performance just isn't great. They will cut you. They will cut your pay based on reduced performance. So, so it is brutal. It is absolutely brutal, and it psychs the athletes out. And, and training is expensive. The travel is expensive. Like, at the end of the day, most of these kids are making less than $30,000 a year from the sport. Mm-hmm. Okay. World-class people.
Yeah, there's Olympic athletes who just don't make money, have to work at like Arby's or Subway.
Right. Yeah. Right. So they have to have an opportunity to supplement their income. This is where NIL is so magical for me, right? Because with NIL, you don't even have to be good. You don't have to be good at your sport. Yeah. You can be one of 3 things. You can be either good at your sport, or you can be very good looking, or you can have a good social media following and be an engaging content producer, right? So the equalizing factor with NIL is that, for example, let's take the University of Florida. A school that's well known for football and basketball, right? They've also got a great track program. Most people don't know about that. The people making the most NIL money at the University of Florida, take a guess.
No idea. I guess basketball.
Women's gymnastics.
There we go. Yeah.
Women's gymnastics are killing it at the University of Florida in NIL. They've got more NIL sponsorships than any of the football or basketball players on the men's side. That's remarkable. I mean, this is such an equalizer for the gender pay gap, right? It's an equalizer for those underappreciated Olympic sports that are not getting compensated. And it gives these athletes a platform when they graduate from college to then have relationships with sponsors outside of just the standard sponsors in their particular sport, to be able to stack their sponsorship, supplement their income. So yeah, maybe Nike gives them a raw deal and they only get $80,000 from Nike, but they might be able to get, another 50 from somebody like Pizza Hut, right? And those don't conflict with each other. So it's good news for everybody. So I love NIL. I'm sure you can tell, like, my eyes light up when I talk about it.